Hey guys, Steve from PC Budget Solutions, and this is the question that you guys have asked me during my live streams and my benchmarking videos is, how well does this chip do for WoW rating? As you guys know, WoW is heavily single-threaded. I won't go into it, but it does really rely on single-threaded performance quite a bit, with multi-threaded and RAM coming in like a distant second. So the question is it worth to buy? And we are about to find out. So, let's take a look at the setups real quick. I got my Ryzen 7 1700X, stock speeds with SMT enabled, and I do have the newest version of Windows. That is important because Windows just dropped a new update that basically allows the games to prioritize cores over top of threads, hyper threads essentially. It helps out a lot with gaming. Got my standard board. I pulled out two of my DDR4 sticks. They are clocked at 2133 just to try to make it even, so 16 gigs, using my EVGA GTX 1080 for the win on all the systems, and the crucial MX300 1TB SATA drive for all the testing. Next PC, this is the Devil's Advocate, Devil's Canyon chip. This is my fiance's rig. Basically, I just added an 8 gig kick to hers, 600 MHz DDR3, put my EVGA GTX 1080 graphics card in it, ran the test on it. Very similar setup. And the last one is the cheapskate build, added memory. It was clocked at 2400 megahertz, I believe, and went with the 1080 for the win. Interestingly enough, the 430 watt power supply did have the two 8-pins required. No issues there. So, these are the settings: 2560 by 1440p. Vertical sync enabled at 144 Hz. Settings to 10, view distance to 8, clutter 8, FXAA. That is what I always run the settings on. That's what I'm comfortable with. I didn't really cherry pick anything. I tried to put as much load in the CPU and away from the GPU. So those are usually my preferred settings. Let's take a look at the results. And I don't think you guys are ready for this. So I did Trial of Valor. It's pretty quick. It gave me some good results. The G4560 did pretty well, averaging 91.52 frames per second, topped out at 99 with a minimum of 58. The 4690K did a little bit better on the minimums, same maximums. Interestingly enough, I've ran this a couple times on the Intel chips. 92.528, literally like 1 FPS better, and coming in first place, the 1700X with 93.756 average FPS. This is with Fraps, doing a 3-minute test at the very start of the boss fight. So let's take a look at the next fight. So that was Odin. We're going to Gorm. I'm bad with names. Again, the G4560 falls on the bottom, not by much, but the 4690K does squeak out a little bit, and we mean just a little bit, not even a full frame rate per second. Minimums and maximums were all within margin there. If I ran these tests like 6 times, I bet you they would come to an average average mean, I guess, is across the board. Last one, the Helga fight. The 1700X actually posted 1.5 FPS higher. I've noticed that in this particular fight, the the core count actually makes a little bit of difference. I think the G4560 probably capped down processing power a little bit, only having 4 threads. The 1700X came out on top. So, this was not expected. I don't think anybody expected these results. Now, the G4560 is a Kaby Lake CPU. I don't have a Kaby Lake i5 to compare it to, but I really wouldn't expect drastic difference in results. So when I do my review on the next chip, the Ryzen 5, this is going to be interesting text. I will have a Kaby Lake i5 for that video. So stay tuned for that. So should I buy Ryzen for a while? This is the short answer. Yes, but no. Here's the long answer, okay? It really depends on your price point and what you're looking for. The Kaby Lake i7, i5 will probably be 5% faster, okay? It's not really, in my opinion, worth it, but if you're only playing World of Warcraft, you will get a better value from a Kaby Lake i5 hands down. But if you're streaming, if you're video editing, some other games I haven't tested yet with this new Windows update, but some other games are still coming close enough. I think that unless you need a CPU now, wait for Ryzen 5 to see how well that performs. That could offer you a much better value than the 1700, for example. So that is, again, my answer, to wait, because unless you're doing content creation a lot, you have another processor coming out soon that could really change up what the answer is going to be. Now, next video. I've been teasing this for a little bit. I don't have everything here yet. I won't have it up till Friday. I apologize, guys. That is the Can You Build a Computer Under $300? It came in at $298. So we'll find out. I have some new things ordered, and that's all I'm waiting on. I do have 2 new series coming up. The first series is going to be, I kind of sort of started it, but the other series is going to be a Q&A, which is going to be Ask PC Budget Solutions. So I'm going to put out a couple threads, couple tweets, and you guys are going to be a list of questions about PC building and designing, and I'm going to try to answer them for you. So that'd be pretty cool, get to interact with you guys. And the next series, I haven't named it yet, but I kind of already did a video, but can you do it? And that is going to be different weird things that really shouldn't work, but if you had to do it, will it work? And I already have a video up there with the dual core streaming WoW. That's going to be kind of sort of episode 0.5. The next one is, I'm going to tease it a little bit, your processor dies, your buddy has a single core for you to use until you can buy a new one. Can it at least game? So I have a Sempron single core, I'm going to match it with a 1080, and I'm going to see if I can play any games on it. So that'll be episode 1 coming up. That'll probably drop before the Q&A, because I'll probably need some time to get your questions together. So thank you guys very much for tuning in to this episode of PC Budget Solutions. Should you buy Ryzen for WoW? If you guys wouldn't mind helping us out, use the links below. That will get you to our Amazon affiliation and our kingwin.net affiliation. If you guys make purchases, it helps us out a lot to go ahead and buy more products, do content for you guys. I want to start getting things on a regular schedule. I've been networking with people, getting contacts, trying to get intros, outros together, so it's taking a lot of time and effort, but it's coming, guys. So with your guys' help, you'll be able to help me out a lot with that. But this is Steve from PC Budget Solutions, and I will see you guys later on down the road.